we're gonna react to the longest women's throws since 1988. And we're gonna start right now. Okay, so we're about to break down Yaime Perez's throw from this past weekend in Oklahoma, where she freaking bombed a bunch of throws. And watching Yaime's throw, breaking it down, trying to understand what we've been trying to work on for the last 2 years since she defected from Cuba, and then see what she can do better. Let's go into Yaime's throw here. Okay, so if we go back here, Yaime comes out of the back. The big thing I've been trying to work on with her is keeping this left heel just a little bit higher, okay? And I keep telling her, try to move around the left hip. So, muévete la pierna derecha alrededor de la cadera izquierda. That's like her cue out of the back, right? So trying to get around that left hip more, because she tends to fall in. Now, I actually, before Yaime had moved here to PA, I had analyzed one of her throws from back in the day. It might even been her world championship throw, and talked about her blocking herself off and how that would be something that I would try to improve upon. Left leg comes down, almost blocking her off, but the thing I want to point out, what makes her so good is this catch point with the discus, that high point that she has here. I think that's key. If you watch Perkovic, she does that as well, really, really well. So she catches that, has a lot of tension, and then just sits into that left side as her right hip works through. She is older, she's 31, so she's trying to improve her technique. It's hard, and also there's like a small line of like, you don't want to change it too much because she's very stable with this movement pattern. And consistency of movement, a lot of times, is more important than just having like best technique. So the other cue for Yaime is barrer más adelante. So try and sweep more forward. So on this throw, I think she could have come across a little bit deeper into the circle. Now, the other cue that we use is pierna derecha abajo más antes. Like put the right leg down right away. Like get that right leg down earlier. So sweep forward, get that right leg down earlier. And then the other big one, get the left leg deeper. Pierna izquierda se bloquea. So like it might be blocking her off, or alrededor in the front. So those are some of the cues. And you can see here, she's sort of like lined up. I was like, well, yo, she fixed this in the meet. And the big thing I'd say too, that's consistent between Yaime and Alekna, is how mobile they are when they catch, right? They're in that great position in that catch. Another big thing that I wanted to bring up is that the biomechanist had force plates in Yaime's feet on Friday. She trained Thursday twice. She lifted in the morning, she threw in the afternoon. Then Friday, she had just a throw session. They put force plates in her feet and they tested what was going on so you could see the displacement. Now, the other thing here, she rotates. Look at how long that disc is still in the hand and she's just sitting here, right? She's got this position here, right? She's holding here, she's transferring forward. Let's see the last, okay, so it comes out, boom. Here, she gets forward and does that little rotation, okay? Then this just took off and it went like here and then turned over and just went, right? So she knew how to throw well with the wind. And ironically, her first throw was not good. She fouled it on purpose. Same with her last throw. I mean, not good, was still probably like 63, 64. So let's see from the back. I think this is a little bit of her old tendency where she could get around and have that. So el talón izquierdo, mantener más alto, okay? Keep the left heel a little bit higher was one of those cues. I think she could have done a better job with that. I think here I'd say, you know, pierna derecha abajo más antes, or sometimes I'll go in the circle and say, pierna derecha abajo aquí, like put it here. Now, this is where I would like to compare this. Here she's like equal, okay? She's equal with it. And in the past, she's been really blocked off. So that's an improvement, dude. That's a freaking improvement. And for 2 years, we've been hammering this. So I'm so happy to see that. And then right here, look at this position, boom, discus is long, okay? So the whole goal here in rotational throws is to develop angular momentum, and that means that long lever arm, okay? And she's doing that. She's able to do it, and she hits that and goes out, and you can just see she's throwing that, so the release right there, it hit so well, and she's so strong to get that forward. A lot of people were like falling into their left. So even if you are throwing with, let's say you're throwing with good wind, it doesn't matter. If you fall into your left leg, the discus ends up getting flipped over and it doesn't go far. So you've got to be strong with your technique patterns. Let me see, here's another angle. So we can see with Yaime coming here, out of the back, boom, catches right here. Discus is deep. She's got great mobility. And honestly, she just landed in China yesterday. She had like 26 hours of travel to get to China. She was crying, texting me like, my legs are swollen, my legs are swollen. So she just did mobility on the first day, but you can see that that's important with her. Her positions, you know, as muscular and as explosive and as strong as she is, her upper body's not that strong, but as strong as she is, it's maintaining the elasticity, which then helps with that angular momentum. Okay, and then let's go right here, boom. Look at how long that position is. And you can just see that lengthened position ends up leading to that big finish. Another side angle, I think we actually have like 8 to 10 different angles. Boom. Here's the other side. So this is where you can see that's Dan McQuaid. This is Christoph. He's the biomechanist. Oh, there I am. There's Weeks. I think the other interesting thing here is just bringing up like how many moving pieces are involved with Yaime and you know, trying to figure out how she can get permanent. I mean, she got permanent residency. How she can get citizenship quicker. How can we get her in her visa? You know, my mom took her down to the Chinese embassy. She threw bombs on Monday, and then the next day had to go to Washington, D.C. to sit in the embassy to get her visa to go to China for the Diamond League so she can finally make money in the United States. And then she came back, and Sam plays a major role. Sam Weeks plays a major role in helping contribute to driving her along with myself and my wife and my mom. And then you look at the support here and just like helping her get situated and eventually become American. It's like there's so many moving pieces. And then, you know, when she had to get her new passport, right? Like getting her passport situated because she had an expired passport and she has to keep her passport Cuban, but then have her permanent residency. It's crazy, but it makes me so happy, you know, all this different work that's gone into it. And then to have Christoph Kipp and his team from Marquette be there to analyze her biomechanics, to analyze her force output, to see what she does in training, right? To see what she does in the circle, to see what she does when she does a counter movement jump, and then to see what she does with these throws, and then to be fortunate enough to have them break down and get data from the furthest throw since 1988. It's like a dream come true for a throws coach, right? And it's, you know, so Yaime is my second athlete I've coached over 70 meters. I've coached Alex Rose to throw 70 meters. I've coached Yaime Perez to throw 70 meters, so a male and a female. And this moment here for me was just something I'm extremely proud of. So this is another angle, and this one's from Christoph. You can see here, boom, look at that. Look at that forward position. Look at how long the discus is in her hand right here, just comes out. All of that weight then transfers forward here. So her knee and hip is through. And one thing I want to bring up, even, you know, I know she's a non-reverser, but even reverses, watch Alekna, he doesn't extend his right knee. We're consistently telling kids to extend their right knee, and that does not happen. The left knee for sure at the very end will extend, but not on the but not before that finish position. Okay, and the other cool thing I got to shout out, Caleb Seal, who owns Throws Town Ramona, Don Milliken, who supports Caleb as well and helps fund these athletes. Yaime to go there and make money there before she would head to China. And then for Don and the team there with Caleb, you know, to put on this meet. Caleb put on the entire meet. Caleb does everything there. And just look at the crowd. Like, the crowd was freaking, Ryan Krauser was there on Sunday. Like, everybody was so excited. It was such a good event, and to be a part of it, this history was so fun. It was so freaking awesome. One more angle. Let's check it out. Yaime Perez, 73.09. Boom. What can Yaime improve upon? I think we got to keep working on getting over out of the back around that left a little bit more, seeing if her right foot could come down a little bit sooner, continue to hold that catch position, but ultimately it's just keep plugging away, try to compete as well as possible in the upcoming Diamond Leagues over in China. She's going to have 2 of those. She's got her meets in LA and then at the Prefontaine in Eugene, and then just continue to work towards that Diamond League final. That's essentially her big championship this year. And hopefully we can figure out. I contacted the senators in Pennsylvania. I contacted World Athletics about the refugee status to figure out if there's something that we can do to expedite this process, because it's a long, long journey. But this is one of the most proud moments that I've ever had as a coach, was to be a part of what she did this weekend and to be a part of her journey. And I feel so fortunate that she's included me and trusted in me to help her continue to grow as an athlete and most importantly as a person, to better her situation, to come to the United States to better her living situation. I think that's like the ultimate thing here, is like that's really what she's doing, right? And so head over to throwsuniversity.com if you guys need help with your programming, you need help, you need a technical analysis, you can pick up a technical analysis, because remember, freaks, you've always got to drop some bombs. Peace.